I wanted to alert you to a very important element of the course. We're going to work together to get better at working in teams on productive projects. And I'll have a team development exercise part of next week's classes. I'll also have a midterm practice evaluation round, and throughout I'll be addressing issues that come up in terms of team function. Anyway, at the end of the course, I have each of you, as part of the final, evaluate each teammate. And I want to let you know about that because it really matters how you comport yourself on a team. Your teammate evaluations will be based on not on your economic knowledge and accomplishment. Hopefully that'll be very high, but that's not relevant for the teammate evaluations. I want your teammates who really know to rate you on what your level of preparation is. How did you work to promote learning? Here is the easiest way to give you a sense of what I mean there is in talking about the readiness assurance process answers for the team quiz. Did your teammates say, hey, let's talk about what the economics is, let's not just vote? Did your teammate play the role of devil's advocate, saying, hey, well, 3 could be right? Did that teammate move the discussion to learning economics? Teammate respect is critical. How is that person at listening? How did that person do not interrupting? Being respectful of other members of the team is critical, and a team's not going to work unless people are respectful of one another. So how did each person do? And then in these exercises focused on team function, how did the person do on contributing ideas to make the team work better? And then finally, to work well as a team, you have to be aware that sometimes you're wrong, and maybe you're right, but sometimes you're wrong. And I want you guys to argue strongly for what you think is right. But if somebody else, don't do it in a way that you have to win. Do it in a way of, hey, let's together get to the truth. So sometimes you're wrong, and in arguing, that's fine to argue a wrong point. But if the arguments of your teammates are better and more convincing, and then can that teammate say, oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, good thought. Part of being a good member of a group is being able to say, oh geez, you've got a better idea. I was a little off there, rather than there's a natural tendency to say, oh no, I did my work, and it has to be this. Don't just defend your whatever answer you started with. Sometimes you'll be right, and I do want you to defend that. Don't give up too easily. But you probably have enough group experience already to know what I'm talking about. The person that just takes a position and isn't going to budge, and it's all about their winning their position, whether it's right or wrong. That's just not a good way to act in a team. Anyway, so the way this rating works is I'm going to have you each rate each other out of 100, just score each other. And then I'm going to use those ratings to give as much as 10% bump to the team points to the individual that scores higher than the team average, or I'm going to dock as many as 10% of the points from the person that is rated low by their teammates. So I want you to take that seriously. I think people that aren't working well as teammates should be penalized, and it's up to you to do that. That's only fair to both the people who are doing really well and the people that are slacking. And then one thing to note, if a person scores worse than 60 out of 100 on the teammate evaluation, that's a fail for the course. Whatever the individual score is, that's just really bad, and I'm going to fail you in the course. Now, with that said, I've never seen that except in very extreme cases. I notice students that are absent a lot get rated really low. Anyway, but it's pretty unusual. So just be respectful of your teammates, and you'll be fine here. Oh well, you got to do more than be respectful. Take good notes on the reading and have something to say and argue and cite the reading and bring something to the table. And a lot of that depends on your level of preparation. How good of notes do you have? How careful did you read? What do you bring to the group? If someone's really prepared well and is bringing a lot, well, rate them highly. But if someone's just waltzing in, if someone doesn't do the reading, that deserves a hard slam. But even if they've skimmed it and have a vague idea but don't bring much to the table, well, they should be downgraded. It's not, did they suddenly become Ken Arrow or some great economist after reading the assignment. That's not what it's about. But is there an activity of intellect involved in trying to understand the material and help the team understand the material? Anyway, I really want you guys to be honest and fair and critical of teammates that aren't cutting it, and praiseful of teammates that are. It's a really important part of this process.